Hey guys, this is Poetspice and I'm here to do a video for the ICAD a day challenge in June. So the point was to create an index card a day. You could use whatever size you wanted up to an A6, I believe it was. And so I used that large size because I had some watercolor cards. I did a previous video of the first ones, so I'm going to start mine backwards. I was happy because for the most part I did them on the day they were supposed to be done, and then there were a few times I had to catch up, like 2 or 3, but in general, here are my 61 cards. I'm so excited. I'm going to make some kind of book. I don't know how I'm going to put them together, but we shall see. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you. I'll also have this labeled under my stash dive because everything here was pretty much out of my old stash. So there is a little bit of variance in size because I used what I had, but most of them are about that A6 size. Okay, so here's this one. I was doing some destashing and some trashing, and so I had one of my painted jelly print papers, so I cut it down off of some music sheets, and then I had these little stickers, and I decided to use those. And then I had these postcards that I purchased from like Create and Craft a while ago, so I just cut them down to use as the background. So that's 61. Here is 60, and then on the back I put the date and what was on them. So this is 60. And you guys know cloud watching, and you get to see pictures out of clouds and whatever. So this was one of those cards that I had done as a jelly print too, and I ended up pulling this image out of it and I colored it, and then I used, well actually I painted it, and then I used some marker there to just put the thing on, the little sentiment or whatever you want to call it. And so there's that one. This one also counted for 29 Faces Summer Challenge. Here's this one, and it's August. I always have like bouts of depression, so once August hits, actually it's once after, July 4th, but because summer tends to go whoop. So this one was really how I was feeling. So I have scrapbook paper, some graphic 45. I did some fussy cutting of these skulls out of the paper. And in the back here is some more jelly printed papers. Actually, it was an envelope. And so I cut that down. And then August is the death of freedom. So there's that one. Here's this one. And this one was actually a page that I had ready for my journal, and I decided that I liked it and I was going to cut it down and use it as a card instead. So it was in one of my planner journals at one time. This one, I had these stickers. It's all the same sheet of stickers, but I had these stickers, and this was a little piece of paper I had left over. You can see I used those postcards again. And then I had pulled out my Glimmer Mist in this old stamp set from Inkadinka. So I was just playing around with that, and that's what came out. So that was fun. This one was, I had this old paper, this old flower in my stash. This was an old invitation in my stash. This paper here and the back were paper from like way back in the day. Some of that like cottony paper. So I just put those all together and it says "You are strong." Here's another one where I was playing with my shimmer, Tattered Angel shimmer in that old stamp from Inkadinka. And I also put out some gelatos for the edge. And you can see where I used that postcard again. It was just fun to take stuff that have been in my stash and just kind of use it in whatever way and not have to worry about, oh, is this a perfect card or whatever. Once again, I was playing with Glimmer Mist. I had colored this a while ago from Hunky Dory, so I trimmed it down to put on here. I had these gemstones that were just sitting around on my desk, and I'm like, you know what, we're gonna put that on here. So that's that one. There's this one. Someone had given me this tag, and they had given me these die cuts, and then I had this from somewhere. I don't even know where it was from now that I cut it up, and I just thought it was funny because look at their faces, and it says And so the whole it was just funny to me. And then I had to use sprays in the background. So there was that one. This one, I did another one of those kind of pictures. So I did this one based on the scrap paper that's back there. I had some diamond press pieces, and then someone had given me these flowers. I don't remember who, but they were in my stash, so I went ahead and used those. This one also counted as 29 faces summer because there's a face. You can tell I did these basically in the same time. So this one was some scrap paper that I had. This was a piece that I had made a while ago, and some more of those flowers, and then a little. This was maybe not diamond pressed, little darlings. And then I just used black paper because I had black paper. This is a simple card. This is a watercolor card. I had this Graphic 45 card, and so I had this little bee sitting there, and I just was like, hey. I had done some spraying on the background piece of paper here, and I didn't like it, but it made a good frame for this. So I did that, and then just wrote 2 different sayings on the sides. This is probably one of my favorite ones. I had a bunch of stuff sitting on my desk, and I was just like, these are things that I like. They're in my head right now, and they're sitting on my table, so I'm going to put them on together. So, love Baby Groot, love elephants, Deadpool on a unicorn was hilarious. I would love to be on some tropical vacation. I love, like, old phones. This is a sticker on top. This was a little card from, like, a Paris scene. This here, a little blue flower, and all this stuff, little ladybugs. It's funny because I like ladybugs as stickers and stuff, but I hate them in real life. That's a whole long story. But so I put brain chaos is fun because that's a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't go together. So that was fun. Okay, I did this one, and it's very simple, but I had some embossed paper and some embossed little pennants, and then just some stuff sitting around on my desk, so I used that. There's this one. I actually had made this 4x4 card before, so you can see there's a little tropical theme going on, and I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on here, put a background, and then I also put a little note to myself on the inside. So there's that one. There's this one. I wanted to play with some borders. I had this Prima paper, so I layered it up. And then this is one of my digital images from back in the day. So I had it sitting on my desk. I colored it out, or cut it out, and then I just put a little bit of color so that it would match in here. I pulled out my spellbinders and some Sizzix, I think, dies, and I just layered them all up. There's this one. It was an authentic paper pad that this came from, and this is, I just love this yellow paper, so I had that. And then this is a tattered lace die that I cut twice. It says enjoy yourself, tropic of fruit, yum. Just sunny and something fun. So I liked that doing this didn't have to be overly serious or anything like that. You could just do what you want, and mainly I used it to play with my stuff that I had on my table all the time. So this was another one. I had this embossed just sitting in my stash, so I used some glitter glue and some liquid pearls, and then this was a not too shabby shop piece here. I had some ribbon, and then I don't remember what stamp set those were from, but I put those on there too. So I thought this was a fun challenge, just to sit there and use some stuff and just play around. So here's one. I wasn't feeling that great that day, so I could use it for 29 faces summer, but whatever. And I had some gelatos or something on here, and then markers and metallic markers. There you go. This is what I'll be looking like in a few weeks. All right, here's this one. I used some die cuts that I had. I had this black paper, so I cut it down so I could use it. And then just a little something on the side. There's this one. Once again, I took some die cuts that I had, some layered paper, and then I just did a little writing on the inside. And this was fun because you can use whatever. These were actually from a Christmas pack. This was something different. And it was fun just to be able to sit there and use it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move these over a little bit. All right, this one, I just wanted to use black and white. This one, I had some scrapbook paper and I had this steampunk seahorse. And I just wanted to play with the paper, and I used some little glitter dots and stuff like that. And so there's the whole one. It's another watercolor base, and I don't even remember what I used on this one. Neocolor tubes and pit pens and everything. So I had stamped her on here, and then I just colored her up and used the paints to create a little summer scene. This one, I don't know, it just made me laugh. I had this is actually a Crafter's Companion decoupage piece. This is an Anna Griffin one, and then this piece it's actually on an advertisement card. So I thought it was really fun, and it looks really cute. So this is another example of how you can just use whatever you have to create whatever you want. So this would normally be trash. I put something cutesy with a piece of Anna Griffin, and then over here it looks all cute and stuff until you read it. So it gets snarky. Stuff I love. Here's this one. The background is like all kinds of stuff, shimmer paints, Neocolor tubes. I had some die cuts left over, so I put those down there. All these little pieces, just to make a cute little scene. I did a Christmas one. I'm surprised I didn't do more Christmas ones actually, but there's this one because I had colored this a while and it was just sitting in my stash. So I decided I was gonna put it on this card and use it. I have this one, more die cuts that were just sitting around. I used some glimmer sprays in the background, and that's some tonic dye and I think a Gina Marie or Gina K design. I don't know. There you go. Here's another one where I kind of used the whole idea of cloud watching. And so you just pull it out of the air, or in this case, I pulled it out of the design. And then I had this flower in my stash. I used some gelatos and some other things to create it. I had some gems. So that was one. Here's another one that's just black and white. And I actually had it as a card, but then I didn't do anything on the inside, so just that. And I like the feel of it too, because I used that Uniball white, so it kind of has this raised feel to it. This one, so there's another one that I drew. I drew her. And I do love typing and, or, you know, like writing stories and stuff. I need to actually finish one and publish it before the world ends. So I put that together. This is one I painted this for Kaleidoscope Taster Session. Once again, some more die cuts and everything that I had in my stash. I wanted to use an embossing folder with this stamp set, or an embossing powder with this stamp set. And so she's sitting on a piano, and I just thought it was all together would be fun. Here's this one. I had colored this a while ago, and this was some paper that was in my planner, and I just cut it up because it made it look cool. And then I wish I had put black behind there, but I didn't. So it says, "Your season of bright magic." So there's that. Yeah. All right, we did this one. And this is a die cut I had colored from Tattered Lace. Dies from Tonic. These are from, these flowers are Little Darlings. I had this together, and then I had this one sitting around, and then I was just like, sometimes sugar ain't my spice. So fun with that. Here's this one. And it has the nativity scene in the center, but I just like the whole thing together. So it's not necessarily meant to be Christmas. I just didn't want to cut the scene out. I wanted to keep it in there. And this is, so I've got a background from Crafter's Companion, a die from Crafter's Companion, dies from Anna Griffin and Crafter's Companion on a watercolor base. This one was just so fun. And so all these were sitting around in my stash. This one. This is one I just wanted to do like a Zentangle kind of flower design. So instead of black and white, I did white and black, whatever. This one, I did a Christmas one. So I guess I did 2 Christmas ones. There's this one, and this is a puffy sticker. It's like a puffy clear sticker. Yeah, because I do love my vintage typewriters. Here's this one. And so these are watercolored. Here's another one where I drew what was on the page. So she looked like a fairy, good or evil, talking into her ear. And then you had this one, like she was a kind of a dressy kind of gal. I love doing those. Those are so fun. I did a few videos a while ago showing how to do that. So this one was just stuff in my stash. This one. And she was originally smiling, and I decided to make her frown. I liked this one. These are Not Too Shabby Shop pieces. This is another example where I used some packaging, and then these are Not Too Shabby Shop. This one, these 2 are from oh my gosh, Heartfelt Creations. This was those big head babies from Diamond Press. I forget this one. I think that's a Not Too Shabby. And then I used a stencil to get the circles in the back. These were some papers that were really cute. And then I had these dolls that I had already made up in my stash, so that went together well. This was just like some crazy looking bird. This actually was Little Darlings, I think. And this is Be What You Love. And normal, ordinary, boring. Be bright and bold. So that was fun to put together. There was this one. So all these are flower cutouts. And then I did a stencil in the background. These are cutouts from Elizabeth Crafts. And then this is a plastic. I did a video of this too. Recycled plastic that I cut using a Tim Holtz, and then alcohol inked it. And then the background's painted. Anna Griffin dies, and then some stuff from my stash. So you have this one. I believe I showed these, so I'm just going to go through these quickly. I guess you could call that another Christmas one. I love this one. And then, not the first one I did. All right, so those are my 61 index cards, and it makes it so fun to see them as far as this goes. But then it makes me so sad because that means summer basically is over, which means so all right, you guys, I hope you have a good day. Be safe out there. Hope you are getting your things in order, and see you later. Thanks for watching.